Hey guys, don't worry, you are saved from the music because we are going live with the knife round in the second map, but it looks like my PC might have died on me a little bit, which is a bit annoying, and it's Counter-Strike that's gone. Right, so just give me a quick minute to get that fired back up. Apologies for this, guys, it always happens at the worst possible times. I seem to be cursed with technology. Right, so I'll just jump myself back into the server really quickly. So we just witnessed the first map, and it was dominance from CSGO, the German side, coming through with a comprehensive victory. Going to find ourselves on Cobblestone next time out. Probably going to have missed most of the knife round by the time we get there, but that probably isn't the end of the world. So you're on board with Crossy for fesport.com. We have two commentators on site manning the community stream, but as I'm not in Denmark, I'm back here at home in merry old England. We're having our little party here. No games on the main stream currently. Still not sure what the reasoning behind that. Maybe they only have one commentary position, just switching it up between the male and female competition. So we see frags getting traded already, and it is ICY coming out on top. Who has to put out that Molotov with a smoke? That's a very interesting play. Queen at the back of the site, going to try and get that plant down. Once you get yourself bedded in at the back of the site, if you play it well, keep your angles covered like that. Faith with 2 frags. Then you can keep it safe.
Terrorists win.
It's pretty much like the good old days. You either bed yourselves in at the back of the site on CT side and deal with them when they come in. Try and pick them off from long range. Or if you can go there and get the plant down, you can usually hold enough angles to be able to delay things long enough, either to pick up the kills and get out of there, or just to slow up the CTs long enough for the bomb to explode. So that pretty much is the key on T side. Can you get yourselves onto the site? If you can pull that off, you could be looking for another fairly solid victory. And if you look at the top of the scoreboard, it is the wrong way round. It was CM Storm that picked up the opening round. That will soon correct itself, no doubt. On board with Queen, progressing upwards. Faith with a fragging Ivy as well. Faith in the middle, able to grab Jenny as well from the short to mid connector. A new addition to the CSGO version. And as expected, CM Storm mop up. Bring themselves to 2-0. Faith leading the way, 4 frags. Only 2 kills for Icy Phoenix to speak of so far, but if you lose pistol, you're probably going to lose the next 2. That is the expected way of things. But CM Storm already off to a flyer. 1 map in their favour. Watching on HLTV. 2 out of 3 people suggesting that Icy Phoenix were going to come out on top of this one. Early signs are pointing to CM Storm. But of course it is very early. First couple of rounds trying for a stack. And this is just an eco bash. One plant back right.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
So that is 3 rounds to the good for CM Storm. Full buy versus buy now. This is where things are going to start getting interesting. Will the Germans hammer this game home with the same kind of dominance? Hedge with the AWP pick up outside. Jenny in the short to mid connector with a couple of frags pushing down, grabbing Faith as well. Two players left, minute left to go on the clock. Queen got bomb in hand. ICY Phoenix players rotating around, expecting a B push. Queen try and get in there. A lot of players to deal with. Shifty with a frag on Aurora, Shifty with a second. 30 seconds left to go. Got themselves back into the back of the site, so bomb plant probably going to happen.
Bomb has been planted.
And keep themselves pinned here. They might possibly, very slim outside chance, be able to defend this, but great work by Shifty with another couple of frags going for a 5 goal. Comes in from behind and does exactly that. 5 frags. Very nice, and that is 4-0 to CM Storm. First buy versus buy. ICY Phoenix needed to get themselves back into this map and back into the game overall, but they have not managed to do that. Instead, they have fallen. Two versus 4. CM Storm work their way into the back of the side, get the plant down, and from that spot, it's quite difficult to unhinge you, as proven there. Same thing for the DTs. They bed themselves in. They're quite difficult to get out. But Jenny with a frag. Shifty with a couple as well. Shifty adding to her tally and her dominant performance in the first game. 24 or 25 frags.
Bomb has been planted.
Hedjo trying to make things happen. Solo against 3. Gonna try and channel Shifty here and come out on top if she can.
Terrorists win.
But jumps in through the window. Mowed down. And it is 5-0 in favour of CM Storm. Adding extra insult to injury, really. The score showing the wrong way round. Matthew, go try and keep the angle, try and get aggressive maybe. Siding against it. Jenny catching a nade as she pushes from that short connector into mid. Aurora with the frag on Shifty. Player that they need to get down. Jenny spamming through the flash and picked up another frag there in mid. She's doing a good job there floating around doing damage. Chance for another 5-on-2 maybe. Will lightning strike twice? Looks like probably not, as that's bombed down as well. Faithful as possible 1v5. No doubt going to get hunted. Players converging on a position on the bomb. Minute 20 ticking down. First frag goes to Faith, but it's Jenny coming into that mid area again, making it hers, dominating that position. Shifty 10-2, already top of the scoreboard. Jenny, one of the strongest standout players on the numbers in the first map. Starting to do the same thing here again. Can try and see another push into the site. Matcha grabbing Queen, had a first bite of the cherry at Ivy, but wasn't able to pick up the frag. So Ivy fires straight back, and Shifty and Ivy with a frag apiece again. Hedjo can't stop the bomb plant from the back of the site there, so going to try and hit in and grab Shifty, watching the push from behind, which didn't come. 2v1 then. Hedjo trying to square off against Ivy, who's taken a couple of tags, managed to survive through it. Clivey coming in from behind, make that kill, and she does. Finds the headshot, wasn't needed with Hedjo already down to pretty low HP. But CM Storm keep the charge. Just to clarify for anyone that's jumping into the game a little bit late. One, the score is the wrong way around at the top. It is CM Storm currently leading this one 6-1 after a dominant performance in the first map as well. And also this isn't the official stream for the Copenhagen games. It's two of my colleagues from FE Sport that are bringing you the action live on that stream, but these games aren't being broadcast live on stream, so I've decided I'm going to jump in and give you guys at least one of them. Matthew and LKS for ICY Phoenix for picking up a couple of frags. Far at the back of the site, maybe Ivy doing a job with 2, make that 3 I think it is, and Aurora comes in with the spray down, getting 3 really quick frags to match Ivy's 3 goal. But yeah, very hectic, and CM Storm finding it a little too easy to get into the back of that B site. If we're talking about the old source version, 6 rounds T side on Cobblestone, that would be enough. This time though, not so much, and they'll keep gunning, putting more rounds on the board if they can. Clivey and LKS both trading a frag. Matthew with a couple on the spray down, make that 3. Here an eco bash. Ivy with the deagle. Don't see that very often these days. Trying to get to the back of the site. Aurora good control with that M4. Couple of bursts. Managing to find face, and that is the end of that. Six-3 lead for CM Storm after taking the first map. Shifty leading the way. CM Storm, if they lose this one, might be able to squeak out another bye, possibly. Just like one advantage of streaming at home rather than travelling to Denmark is you occasionally get cups of coffee brought for you. Always a bonus. Ivy in the mid-area trying to stop Jenny, who's done some serious since she's come in there, and Faith and Ivy team up to pick up 2 frags in that mid-area. Faith managing to grab LKS, who did a bit of damage, tucking in there. Strange little spot that you just saw Hedjo looking at. He's going to get picked up there, but managed to do what you can with it. Hedjo trying to grab Shitty from behind. Managed to dodge the nade as well as picking up the frag. Ninja skills. But Clivey protecting the site, doing a great job. Using the facilities to peek in and out. And that takes it to 7-3. ICY Phoenix, to be fair, have just looked like the better team all through this. Some very questionable plays from LKS in particular on the CT setup, the first map. Just peeking out, being a little too aggressive, getting picked off. seems to turn it around. And Jenny's been sort of quietly going about her work through the whole game, and has probably been the one player for IC Phoenix I can say can be pleased with their performance, but has needed a bit of help. Shifty with a chance of one, make that two. LKS and Aurora both trying to rotate in. Shifty with a chance for a third. Kind of form she's been in this tournament so far. She was always going to come out on top there. Hedjo last girl standing, not for very long. And it is 8-3 in favour of CM Storm, who look in really good nick. Going to start a long LAN tournament. And a fairly hectic schedule by the looks of it, because they're trying to cram all the games into today and tomorrow, I believe. You couldn't possibly hope for a better start. Could also maybe say that they would need to maintain this level throughout the tournament. I've got to hope they don't burn out. And it means IC Phoenix do have time to get themselves warmed up. Faith, opening pick on Aurora, and they're going to work onto this short side. Queen has spotted one, picks up the frag. That's Jenny going down. Ivy in the battle with Head coming out on top. CM Storm players winning these individual battles. Ivy grabbing LKS, Matchy, last player left. Rotating in behind, all players to find. Are we going to do the big clutch up coming? No, we're not. No such luck. And it is 9 rounds to the good for CM Storm. 9-3. 3 more to play in this first half. 3 players for CM Storm in double figures. IC Phoenix forced onto the eco. See what happens here. Faith with 1 frag. They get themselves stuck in the door, but it doesn't hold them up too much. IC Phoenix pistols walking through. Chance for Shitty, the mark down. Got 2, got 3. Eco bash from behind. That's harsh. You almost have to switch to your weaker hand to pull that one off, just to be fair. Also, apologies for the lack of overview action. I'd normally pull that up and draw a few things to you guys, outline how the plays are developing, how the sites are being held, but had no problems with it. Whenever I sort of pulled the thing up, it would get stuck on the screen. If I hammered the shift key, it would drop me back to Windows, and I'd have to escape and go through the menu and all that stuff. So, haven't managed to do my usual with that. Apologies.
Terrorists win.
But I think the numbers speak for themselves. CM Storm 10-3 now. IC Phoenix, if they lose this, probably can't afford to buy for the last round. Apart from LKS, who's still got some cash to play with. So I'd expect if CM Storm pick this one up, we're going to see 12-3. And if they win that pistol, piggyback through to the next 2, that's the draw for this map. Already set in stone. Shifty holding that top spot in B. Hoping for another aggressive push through. It looks like the IC Phoenix players learned their lesson from that. Not wanting to do it with guns. Faith pushing up, looking the wrong way. And they've gone in one at a time here onto the A site a little. Shifty picks up 1 frag from Hedjo, trying to rotate out. Matthew, is she going to walk into the same problem? Clivey with the frag over the other side, taking down Jenny, and Clivey with a second frag as well. Make that a third. Grabbing LKS in the window, and Aurora rotating in from the B connector. Shifty over at the other side, only picked up one frag, but it was more than enough to slow down a possible rotate. Bomb down Clivey against Matthew. So we'll come down to this, and Clivey dropped off the site, worked into an angle so that Matthew would have to push out and turn around to get that chance. Clivey used that extra second to her advantage to pick up that frag. Scrub buys whatever they can get between them. For Icy Phoenix, they need this. Otherwise they're staring down the barrel of a 12-3 going into the second half. Hedgeo with the orb, trying to do some damage with it. And they very nearly dropped it without doing anything, taken down to 26 HP. Shifty grabbing LKS. Jenny Aurora with frags for Icy Phoenix over the site, over towards A. Bomb down. Got to try and get that. Shifty go try and take on Matthew. The back of the balcony in B site. It's a good play because ideally she'd want to be rotating out to try and grab the bomb, but was delayed in doing that. Aurora spamming through the smoke, comes away with it, aiming at bullet tracers. Looks like CM Storm lost a player. Pause being called, it will be the end of the half, so no major loss there. Faith with the frag, taking down to 12 HP, and Shifty's got one as well, 2v2. 30 seconds left to go. Bomb dropped by Jenny. Shifty go try and chase. Gonna have to hunt now. Probably not enough time to get to the site. Oh, it's borderline actually. Grabs that bomb and she's going for it. It's gonna be this battle. Final 10 seconds. Shifty probably made the right call trying to bomb for the side. Didn't know where Matthew would be. Didn't have enough time to try and hunt for a second and then get that plant. So wasn't running gun out. But it's 11-4 in favour of CM Storm. Okay, sorry guys, just picked up your feedback about the sound. Let me see if I can do something about that. Okay, so here we go then. Second half, second map. Still scoreboard not fixed, but is CM Storm with the 11-4 lead. Icy Phoenix starting to make their way into the A site. Ivy drops to the back. Gonna flash out from there, try and slow the push in. But Hedgeo comes in and mows him down. Hedgeo with a second frag as well, grabbing Clivey. Shifty with one frag before she's blinded. 3v2 in favour of the Phoenix. Jenny, great little one bullet there from the gate. Very impressive little shot. And what a time to do it when you're up against it as well. Play a game of rope-a-dope around the site very quickly before they pick up that final frag. And Icy Phoenix are on the scoreboard. So one player down for both teams. Matthew though with a couple of frags. Jenny just peeking the corner. Nice bit of rifle control. LKS as well. Clivey, last girl standing for CM Storm. Nova in hand and picks up a kill with that shotgun. It's great when it works and you get in close range. If you miss with it, properly awkward situation. I've done that far too many times to mention. Pick up a nice shotgun, think, yeah, I can do some damage with this. Miss shot. Die. Feel more than a little embarrassed at the time. So guys, I won't tab out too often because it just lags the game and I miss half the action, but if you could let me know if the sound lag issues have been fixed, that would be great, and I'll check it in a round or two's time. Full on aggressive push coming in from Icy Phoenix, trying to get to the back of the B site. And they are allowed in. They're allowed up to that point. Shifty with the rotated in. Ivy coming second. Use the teammate as bait. But bomb is down. And it's Ivy, last player alive. Just a nod that the sound seems to be fixed. Cheers for that, guys. Unfortunately, even when we get super fast fibre optic internet here in England, it's still not as great as pretty much any other country in Europe. If I was in Sweden right now, I wouldn't be having this issue. I did end up jumping into this a little on the fly, so maybe I'll fix it up for the next time, try and stop any kind of lag whatsoever. So 11-7 it is, still in favour of CM Storm. Haven't managed to pick up a round yet in this second half. But this is their time. First buy versus buy. The Icy Phoenix starting to build a bit of momentum. Can that get shut down? Clivey with the chance to make a frag on LKS and does exactly that, who's standing in the open top of mid. Queen grabbing Jenny as well, rotating. And Faith with a spray down. My favourite spot, playing B behind that wall. Because yes, when you get a full-on rush like that, you can spray down 2, 3 plus players, and it also gives you the opportunity, if you are flashed or smoked out, you can drop back round about to the doors, get some cover, and still help out your teammate and pick pot shots as players make their way into the site. So it's a good little spot. Gives you a bit of close engagement while your teammate drops back. Little distraction if you want to get an AWP at the back of site. They'll be turning to deal with a close player while the AWP picks his shots from the back. All things to consider. And even though Icy Phoenix have got a full buy here, a little strapped, but they could probably scrub something together next time around if they do lose this one. But I think it's quite worrying is how quickly they were shut down pushing into the site, while CM Storm had a fairly easy go of it. LCS though, LKS, sorry. Good job with one frag pushing through into connector, grabbing a second from a player rotating in. Faith with two more. Just spraying that rifle. And there's Icy Phoenix players running into it. Queen with the AWP. Really stuck at the back of that site. And eventually caught out. Ivy, chance to come in and do some damage. Maybe she was a second or two earlier. While the two opponents were chasing down her teammate with the AWP at the back of the site, she might have been able to do a little more. And Hedger does grab Ivy, so 1 win, 1 loss for CM Storm. Round difference closing ever so slightly. Only 4 rounds in it now. And CM Storm push back to an eco. Icy Phoenix going fast and aggressive into B. Ivy, ooh, nearly had a chance to get in behind. It'll be a slow rotate in. Shifty caught with the pincer. Clivey running through fire.
Bomb has been planted.
Ivy managing to grab a rifle. Probably going to try and hightail it out of there if she can. Maybe pick up the exit frags, but again caught from a couple of angles. They knew where she was. Icy Phoenix saying no for you. And take a 5-1 lead in this second half. This is the second map. First one going in favour of CM Storm quite comfortably. You're on board with Crossy for fesport.com. Unofficial stream here from CPH Games Female. Clivey trying to stop any fast pushes upside, eh? Alright, up top. Need to drop if there's any rotates in, but Queen must have seen her leg from that window and she hopped in and picks up the frag. So 3v3, push up onto side. Clivey's there, ready to do some damage. Deciding to fall back so she can call it in. Bedding at the back of the site. They're not looking. Could get 1, could get 2. Chance for a 3rd as well. Bomb drops on the site. Queen in on the rotate.
Counter-terrorists win.
Clivey played that really well. Was up close on side. Moved to the back of the site. So she heard the footsteps, could have called it in to her teammates to rotate in. Stepped out. And the Icy Phoenix players weren't really looking. Both looking in the opposite direction. Worried about getting caught from behind. No one checked that corner. 5-2 on the half then. 13-9 to CM Storm. Still weapons in hand for Icy Phoenix. Aurora tagged down to 4 HP before she grabs Ivy in the end. Really frustrating when that happens. You dink someone down that low. Queen with 1, Queen with 2. And I don't even know what happened there, to be fair. Queen in the smoke, spraying down. Faith managing to get a frag as well. Who knows how. But all that matters is it's 4v1 in favour of CM Storm. Going to take it to 14-9. Probably going to drop Icy Phoenix down. Ooh. Going to be a real scrubby buy if they go for it, which I think they're going to have to. In fact, they will have to. If LKS can't clutch this, they're 1 round away from overtime at best. So I think they'll probably want a gun for it. Just got to be disciplined. 2 on each site. Make sure they don't give away a plant and $800. Don't want to get too aggressive and too pushy, which Clivey carefully peeked at the angle, just making sure there's no one in the stable. Turns out there was. But didn't go over committing, gunning up side alley. Getting shot from behind. Nice disciplined play. And we see full Tech 9s. Oh no, one Glock still in the play. I was thinking they might have gone fast and loose into B, but they have slowed it up a little bit. Shifty with one. Push is coming. LKS, great work with the Tech 9. Couple of headshots. Faith got a chance to spray down. Gets one. And gets caught with players all around her. Up above. Mattia, last player left. 1v1. Clivey against Mattia. Needs to get the bomb, and you can see it on the radar. These two are dancing around each other. Clivey backing up, trying to give herself enough of an angle. And it worked. Mattia had to peek, try and get hold of that bomb. And that is the draw guaranteed. At worst, CM Storm are going to get the chance to go into overtime to take this second and deciding map. Going for a full buy, and they make advantage of that by LKS picking up the opening frag, and Matty doing the same thing, grabbing Faith up on the balcony into B. A little too exposed there, you could argue. Rotates incoming, but Shifty and Queen both taken out by Jenny and Mattia.
Bomb has been planted.
Plant going down at the back of the site. Nice to see Mattia stepping up and getting involved in the party up there with Jenny. He's been probably the strongest Icy Phoenix players across these two maps. Ivy looking like she's going to save that weapon. No real chance of exit frags though. Still match point. Icy Phoenix need 5 rounds on the bounce just to take this to overtime. They drop one. That is the end of the match. 2-0 defeat on maps. 3 players for CM Storm on 20. Not too far behind, 7 assists. CM Storm got rounds to play with, got a bit of time. Not going to try and do too much here. Make sure they can save and put a good run together. Queen walking through the smoke with 2 Icy Phoenix players waiting there. A little bit of a strange play, I would suggest. But Faith able to pick up 1 frag. It's bombed down. 4 more players pouring in to pull that, or to pick that bomb up, I should say. Clive with a frag as well. And to Storm. That was Shifty and Ivy with a frag. So after all that, it is 1v1. Last time this happened, it was CM Storm coming out on top. Shifty got a gun in hand. And is able to pick up that final round. GG's exchanged. I think it was 16-5 first map, 16-10 in the second. But CM Storm, the team that not a lot of people were behind really. It was about 30% expecting that CM Storm were going to pick up the win on HLTV, but a very comprehensive victory for them all in all. Really good, solid all-round performance. They were just coming out on top in the frag battles on Mirage. You could accuse 1 or 2 of the players from Icy Phoenix from being a little bit too aggressive, standing out in the open a bit too much, getting picked off, and from that point it opened up the bomb sites, and they just carried that momentum into the second map. All in all, really good, solid T performance. Got themselves a very good footing, and then it just seemed, to be honest, that any rounds that Icy Phoenix came through and did win in the second half of Cobblestone, it was pretty much a frag fest, and the scoreboard was being padded by both teams exchanging, and there wasn't too much of a split and pick type approach going on there. It was more bomb into the sites and hope you came out on top. And a couple of good 1v1 performances at the end from the CM Storm players were able to help them to victory. So really good game to watch, actually, quite exciting. Didn't go the way that we were expecting, but we will take it. And that is the end. So this has been Crossy for FeSport.com and FE Sport Live, bringing you some of the action from the CPH Games 2015. Two of my colleagues, Anna and Ipsy, will be on the stage bringing you the next round of games on the community stream. They're going to pick the best of those two fixtures and you'll be able to watch it there. But for me, Crossy, and for the FE Sport Live channel on Twitch, that is it for us for the time being. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you next time.